What's up, Endgame family? We are here to draft once again on Underdog. Every week, we're going to take a check back into the current ADP for best ball. You know, it's going to change quite a bit in the next couple of weeks. So until then, we're going to take advantage and get those rookie discounts. And I guess to some extent, overpay on veterans that are about to see their ADP fall because once the draft is over, all those boring veterans are going to take a big fall, right? Everyone's going to want the rookies.
Everyone's going to want the rookies. We're going to have some veterans that we thought were in good spots be like, oh, maybe it's not as good as we thought. So, yep, definitely.
That's okay. But we're going to check in. Right now, we got the big board and the little board, part two. The big board is getting there almost full, which is good because Best Ball Mania is not too far off. I'm sure in May we're going to be doing that. And yes, we'll be drafting a ton of Best Ball Mania. But in the meanwhile, let's do another little board. So we're going to jump in here. And by the way, if you already have an Underdog account, you can try to join us too. Just got to be quick. Get on there right now. Log in. Go to the little board too. You can see right there. If you go to the draft section on the top of Underdog, go to the lobby for NFL. You might have to filter it out. You see right there. Click NFL, and you'll see those two options. So we're going to the little board too, and we'll break down the rules for those who maybe don't know yet what this looks like and how this works real quick before we draft. I know we're probably going to have at least one familiar name, but let's see. Let's see who gets in there.
Yeah.
All right. Ready to jump in it?
I'm ready. Count us down.
All right. And of course, you can do slow drafts. They still have for this one now 4 hour per pick. If you like, I love slow drafts, but we're going to do live ones. So 30 seconds per pick. So we're going to enter at the same time and jump in the same league. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh, almost full.
Wow. Only one left.
This is going to start. Yep, there we go.
Man, that was close.
That was close. We'll see if anybody got in.
All right. So we're going to talk ADP. We'll talk about our own teams. We're not going to point out too much of the other teams because we don't know who these drafters are. I don't even recognize any of the names there. You got the third pick, finally not stuck in the middle. You've been getting, what was it, 6 or 8?
Yes, I'll take third. We'll see how third goes here. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's not a bad spot. I got 8, which is not my favorite, but we'll make do.
Yep, that middle spot. Definitely interesting to see. Wow, Marvin Harrison up to pick 16.
Yeah, just wait till he's actually on a team. See how high he goes. You think he could wind up being? You think? Well, I would think so. I'm still holding to that. You think he could actually be a first-round pick
in fantasy?
In fantasy,
yeah, I think so. I think if he goes to the Cardinals with the 4, and then we get to August and training camp, and everybody's hyping him up, yeah, I think so.
All right, Thomas is in there, number 12. All right,
nice.
Let's see. Yeah, Tommy Two-Tone. All right. Well,
all right.
Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Low investment. It's only $3. If you guys haven't tried it, by the way, even if you didn't get into this draft, you think you're going to try it out, see what it's like. Very easy. The little board is just that. It's not a long draft. You can do it. You'll find out. We'll be done in less than an hour. $3 to get in there. And you can win some money. So this is a half PPR like Underdog goes. And this is going to be just like the big board. I don't really think there's even any big difference between it. It's a 20-round draft. There's 12 teams. And like I said, half PPR. And your starting lineup, and this is best ball. You're not setting any lineups. But 1 QB, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a flex, and a tight end, and then a bunch of bench players.
Yes. And did we already have a timeout at number 2?
I wasn't paying attention because I was going over the rules, but it's possible. I really hope people don't time out. But hey, at least this ADP is always current. That's one thing with Underdog. It's always updated.
Right. Yes, that is true. Unlike Sleeper.
Yeah, and it's pretty accurate. All right, so you got Tyreek Hill at the 3. That's pretty nice.
think that's the first time I've gotten Hill. I think I've gotten CD before. I think I've gotten Jefferson. I think I've gotten Chase, Bijan, Brees, Amon-Ra. I think it's my first Tyreek Hill, so I'll take it.
Well, this will continue to feel like robbery getting Justin Jefferson at the 8.
Wow. That is robbery. Wow. Well done.
That's interesting. Sun God going before Jefferson. And I feel like we saw that the other day too. Sun God went like number 6 overall.
Yeah, I think people are a little nervous for Jefferson. But look, if let's say the Vikings trade up to 3 or trade up to 4 or maybe even trade up to 8 with the Falcons and get a guy like JJ McCarthy, how high, like Jefferson back to being a top 3-4 pick, like no doubt about it. I mean, I know we already feel that way, but I'm talking about like consensus wise.
I think so. I think that's because right now people are nervous about Sam Darnold, which is understandable. But I mean, we keep saying this over and over again. Look what he did with Nick Mullins. Yeah. And you're going to tell me he can do worse with Sam Darnold? I don't think so. All right. Tommy's on the clock. Let's see. We got
all right, Tommy. Here we go. Don't time out.
All right, Kyron.
I like it. Found Kyron there.
Jonathan Yick is asking, personally, you got Garrett Wilson or Puka?
I think Puka. I've got Puka. They're like back to back as far as wide receiver go for me, but I think I got Puka a little higher.
Yeah, I do have Puka just a little bit higher, but I think they're both first rounders. All right. So here we go. We're just entering round 2, otherwise known as the dead zone for wide receivers.
Right?
Not really, but
it's like this feels like the dead zone for it's crazy. It's weird. It's weird how round 2 feels this year so far, at least.
Okay, so I'm relieved now. I don't have to worry about. I'm going to take a running back. I'll take JT here. Drake London might have been my pick. He's still the receiver I have first out of these options that are on the board. But when one of those running backs falls, I'll take him. And especially in an underdog, it's half PPR. That just kind of makes it a little bit easier.
Jefferson JT from the 8 is an absolute dream start. Like, you're never going to see that. That's absolutely incredible. That's incredible. But if you were to take Drake London over JT, I would have been shocked.
No, if JT was still on the board, I don't think. I think I had him first. Barkley in London, I would have had to think about it. I think I probably would go Barkley still. There's Ayuk. Okay, we're going to have to talk Ayuk. He demanded a trade, but no, he didn't demand a trade. It's like someone's just either leaking something they didn't want leaked or making things up. I mean, what are you're still sticking to that you think he's a Niner next year?
I do. I think kind of like what we saw with Debo a couple years ago. I think. I mean, look, maybe if the Niners can land a wide receiver that they really like in the draft, maybe that makes it easier for them to trade him. But I really think I don't know how many early picks. I mean, what do the Niners have? Like the 31st pick, and do they even have a first this year? I don't even know. Did they trade it for McCaffrey? No, probably not, because Panthers couldn't get a first for McCaffrey. They're not that smart. So yeah, I still think he'll be a 49er.
Yeah, the Niners, there's talk that they'll draft a receiver, but they're not going to get one of the top receivers. Again, they have a very almost last pick of the first round, and then late second, they have late picks. They don't have any extra picks outside of the 4th round. And again, you're not talking about a game-changing receiver in the 4th round. So
right.
I don't think they're going to deal Ayuk just on the strength of, we'll take a guy that might pan out. I think they would have to have a deal in place or make a deal on draft day.
Do I go? I'm going to go rookie here. I don't think I've gotten Neighbors yet. I've got DJ Moore a few times.
Nice.
Good neighbors, and hope he doesn't land with the Giants.
So we saw Diggs just got taken. I mean, in our drafts, he's going much later, but I feel like he's still going to go pretty early in best ball. And then there's
Yeah, I
Nico
feel like
Ballin
everybody's
after.
in the Stephon Diggs with CJ Stroud, wide receiver 1. I mean, look, and we had a stream a while back where we went on this for like 10 minutes. We don't need to go on this for 10 minutes again, but yeah, I've seen his perception. I've seen his numbers. He certainly dropped off last year. You can't his vertical game is gone. He wasn't quite as good as against man and press and zone as he'd been at his peak. Now he's got Nico there. Now he's got Tank. I don't know. I'm not doing it personally.
Nope. I'm not either. I'm not taking Diggs in the second or the third round, and probably not the fourth either.
Jefferson, JT Pittman. What a start. What a start.
Hey, keep following me, and maybe I do like the 8th spot here.
I know. I'm like, maybe I wish I would have gotten the 8th spot. My goodness.
Now I'll ask, I don't think anybody has asked, but I'm going to ask myself. Taking a player, because people always ask us about stacking and getting the same players in the same team. In this case, it's not a quarterback. You got the running back and a receiver from the same team in the first 3 rounds with Pittman and Taylor. This isn't a stack per se. And, that's not like one of the elite offenses really in the league. Do you feel like there's any reason to worry about getting too cold heavy this early?
No, not one of those guys. No, definitely not.
All right. I mean, obviously, I'm not concerned because I took them, but just to clarify for anybody out there. Okay, these guys haven't been taken, but not all of them at least.
Whoever on this stream, we don't have to, it's not like our.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about this. But
I was gonna say
Waddle, Kirk, or DK.
Waddle, Kirk, DK. That's my exact order. And then am I high on Moss this year? I'm like okay with Moss. I think he's being very fairly valued. Unlike a guy like Alexander Madison last year who had a bunch of hype, who I was like, don't draft Alexander Madison, please don't draft him. Zach Moss is being more fairly valued as a running back that, like, okay, we've never seen him as the true number 1 guy for an entire season. We don't know what this guy can do. But he's going outside the top 100 picks. I'll gladly take a chance on him. But I'm not going to say like that. I'm not going to say I'm high on Zach Moss necessarily.
Exactly. Can't be too high on him because it's going to be a split. It's going to be a split backfield. He'll be solid as long as you get him as your 3rd, maybe 4th running back. I don't think he's being overvalued either. So I think it's fine to draft him where you get him. I feel like this take has been given before. Frankie Knuckles, Tank Dell, number 1 receiver in Houston. Yeah, he very well could be. I mean, I still see Nico as the 1, but I don't think it's a big difference.
Right. It seems to be. This just shows you right here. Like, no, we see like Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs with Stroud is going to be great. Oh, Tank Dell's the 1 there. Oh, Nico. We saw like, nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody really knows. And it's like I said, I think it's going to be very like there's going to be weeks. There's going to be weeks where Stephon Diggs probably does pretty well. There's going to be weeks where Nico probably does pretty well. There's going to be weeks where Tank does pretty well. There's going to be weeks where maybe none of them do well. Maybe there's going to be weeks where a couple of them do okay and one does bad. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't want. Like, no, thank you. Best ball, sure, I'll take some cheap. But in my redraft leagues, I don't know. Probably just no, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the guy who falls, although I say that, and if Diggs is last, it's still probably not taking Diggs, but yeah.
Yeah.
What? Okay, so you are almost back up. You went Rachaad White. I like your start a lot so far. I mean, you got 3 really high upside, especially for best ball, weekly upside receivers. You got Hill, Olave, Neighbors, big play guys, and you got Rachaad White. I think you got to be happy.
Yeah, I was very happy Rachaad White fell to me for sure. Very happy with that. I'm gonna have an interesting decision here. Oh, wide.
All right, so you got one running back and three receivers. You're looking for a position. You're just looking best available.
Yeah, I'm looking best available. It's between a quarterback and a tight end here. I think I'm going to go early tight end and maybe just go a 2 tight end build. Try it out.
I think that's a good
Trey
spot for McBride. Get
Trey
a
McBride
little
would
bit
fit.
below his ADP.
Yeah, it was either him or Lamar. It was him or Lamar were the two I was looking at for sure.
Well, and then speaking of, I'll say right now, if Mark Andrews falls, I might take him too and go kind of early tight end. And you know what? If he doesn't, then I'll probably take a Raven anyways because Zay Flowers is definitely going later than his ADP. So probably wind up with a Raven unless they both get taken. And there goes Zay Flowers. And
Yeah, Zay Flowers was another guy I had to consider there because it just those three guys were just screaming values at that spot.
Yeah,
but I figure I don't think I've gotten Trey McBride yet. So I'll grab some Trey McBride here and try out a 2 QB build or 2 tight end build. Excuse me.
Ooh, Kincaid taken before Andrews.
Wow.
I mean, I understand why Kincaid would be drafted earlier because people are going to see him basically as the number one target there unless they draft a receiver super early. But I'll take Andrews. I'll be happy with that. What is up? Rise above anything. Did a draft the other day on ESPN. Got Bijan, Jacobs, Rashad White, Pittman, McBride, Devontae, Murray, Javonte, McLaurin, Hubbard, Ford, Kyler Murray. That's pretty good.
I mean, your running backs are great, but you got Pittman, Devonta Smith. Where are the rest of your wide receivers? Only 2 wide receivers? I mean, rest of the team is stacked. Obviously, I'm assuming this must be a mock draft.
McLaurin, I think, is his third receiver.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nice then. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Andrews is always hurt. He has Addison too. That's pretty good.
I don't know if
Ryan saying Andrews is always hurt. Kind of. I mean, not always.
Lots of guys are always hurt.
It's football. About Kittle too.
Football. Lots of guys are always hurt. Ryan asking if it's 3 wide receiver. Yes, it's one QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex, 1 tight end, no defense, no kicker, and it's best ball. So you don't actually set your lineup every week. So you're going to draft multiple at each position, and then the computer will set your optimal lineup after every week.
Now I could go really all in on the Colts and take Anthony Richardson, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
I mean, you probably should for the stack. How can you not?
Yeah, I feel like I need another receiver. I guess there's really no running back that jumps out right here. You know what? I'm going to take it. Why not, right?
Yeah, you got the stack. Anytime you can get the stack in this form, you got to do it. You got it.
All right. Yeah, because running backs here are just kind of all a bunch of the veterans that aren't necessarily league winners, but they're solid. But I already got 2 running backs. So, and then receiver, I mean, it's hard to imagine that fell off this quick. But again, who's jumping out at you here at receiver?
Sadly, I was actually hoping Joe Mixon would follow me because he was such a good value there. Like he was so far below his ADP that I was like, man, I'm going to take Joe Mixon here. Oh, well. Not loving this spot at all. They're just, this is like the wide receiver dead zone right here.
Yeah, it's crazy how quickly it falls. And again, you got some name players here, but some veterans who just have already had their best days. They're behind them. JSN, I do like. He's the guy that I would have targeted there. Same, but then man, it gets really quick. You're looking at guys like Mike Williams, Jameson Williams, Curtis Samuel. Is Curtis Samuel really like 101? That's his ADP.
Yeah.
That's, man, Bills Mafia influencing draft position or something. I mean, the Bills are going to draft a receiver early, right?
Right.
Do we see an overcorrection there? You think Dalton Kincaid and Curtis Samuel then do fall down, or you think that people are just still going to be all in on these Bills players just because they're on the Bills?
I think they'll still be. I mean, because even if they draft one, it's probably not going to be, I mean, I can almost guarantee it's not going to be Odunze, Neighbors, or Harrison. It probably won't even be Brian Thomas. I mean, do we really like? I think I'll still be in on Curtis Samuel to some degree. I'll definitely still be in on Dalton Kincaid. I mean, look, I talked about Curtis Samuel on the video this morning, the secret players, and I said basically he's going to be a guy where like you need a bye week fill in, an injury fill in, or you just need like some upside in your flex on a given week. He'll do that. No, he's not going to be like a set and forget, like just put him in your lineup and don't worry about it. But he's going to have some nice games in this Bills offense, and they're going to use him in different ways. So I'm fine with him, even knowing that they're going to draft a wide receiver. I'm fine with him. See, this is why I can't take, like, when we do our mocks. When we do our mocks, I can't take, like, James Conner in, like, the 5th round. And when I can get him, I get him in the 7th round in Underdog. I'm like, how could I take this guy 2 rounds earlier in our mocks? Even though he probably should be going in the 5th round, I guess.
Oh, man. It's one receiver I was still, like, okay with is Godwin, and he's gone. I'm just going to have to take a swing here. Go for some upside.
Yeah. But I think you had to go with when you have Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor. I think you've got to take Anthony Richardson there.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. And look, my receivers are going to be a little more risky, but I set a quarterback and tight end early, so that's the trade-off. Rising Rashad White in the 3rd, so that's why we went running back heavy early. Yeah, you took Rashad White here. I mean, we're all over Rashad White.
Yeah, especially when, I mean, again, here on Underdog, you're getting them in the end of round. I get him in the end of round 4. This seems crazy low to me.
All right. Getting here the turn, end of round 7. Brock Bowers off the board. Now Tom's up again. Tommy Two-Tone, one of our viewers. Yeah, pretty happy so far with what I've got, but gonna have to take some swings at receiver. I'm still a little thrown off by the ADP here versus what we see, on our redraft or sleeper. That's just, yeah. I feel like I need to wait on some of these receivers. They're just going way too early.
Yeah, it's definitely way more wide receiver heavy on here than it is like in our drafts or in our mocks.
Yeah, let's take some rookies. Okay, let's see. What Tommy do? Went Mostert and Njoku. All right, not bad.
Oh, we've had a lot
He's
of tight ends off the board
got-
here.
Oh, interesting. He went Njoku, I guess, is his going to be a flex option. He only got 2 receivers, but he's got 2 tight ends. He got Laporta and Njoku.
It's bold strategy. I mean, but look, you can just probably just be tied at tight end. Honestly, if I take Laporta though, I'm probably waiting longer on my tight end too. To be honest.
Yeah, at this point, definitely don't need a 3rd tight end.
All right, now I don't think it's going to happen. The guy I really could use here. I almost took him in last round, but I thought it was too early. Ryan saying White could get zapped by the draft. Oh, there goes Kyler. Never mind. Thought I could get the stack with Kyler. The Kyler McBride. Oh, no, I don't have Harrison. I have Neighbors. That's right. Never mind. I don't think Rachaad White's getting zapped by the draft. I don't think that's going to be.
No, not at all. No. But maybe they take somebody in the mid to late rounds, but not somebody who's a legit threat.
Yeah. I remember last year I was talking to Rachaad White, and so many people said, Sean Tucker. Like they're going to draft. I'm sure they're going to draft a running back because all they did was re-sign Chase Edmonds, but it's going to be somebody that I'm probably not going to be very worried about, honestly. All right.
Ryan asking, which QB is going to bust this year that no one sees coming?
Ooh, that's a good question. Jordan Love.
Ooh, Jordan Love, huh?
Yep.
Wow. I didn't see that coming. I didn't know. I mean, you're not crazy about Jordan Love, but why do you think he's going to bust? You're just not buying into last year's second half surge?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too slow to come around on him. It honestly wouldn't surprise me if Kirk Cousins busts either, even though I do like Kirk Cousins. And I'm not sitting here saying like I think Kirk Cousins is going to bust. But I know we all just expect like Cousins to be great. I don't think it would surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to learn a new system, new coaching staff, new everything. Also, it's easy to forget he's coming off an injury, a season-ending injury. So there's definitely some obstacles. I definitely think he'll get off to a slow start. Let's see how pass-heavy that offense is. Angelo is hoping he doesn't bust because he's a Falcons fan. Look at him.
I mean, I'm hoping he doesn't bust too because
purposes,
yeah,
we hope so.
I'm hoping he doesn't bust too. But coming off that injury, new team. It's kind of up there in age a little bit. I could see it. Now, I can't believe Team 2 did not take Dak Prescott there. I don't know what Team 2 is doing. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess I'd be surprised if CJ Stroud outright busted, but I wouldn't be surprised if CJ Stroud disappointed.
Right. I don't see how he can bust. I think he's legit, but he's getting a little overhyped, overdrafted. So yeah, I think it's the term bust, right, is always relative. So is he going to finish as a top 3 fantasy quarterback? No. I think if you expect that, then you might call him a bust, but I don't think he's going to be that. Cousins I could see for the reasons we talked about. If I had to pick one, I don't know if nobody sees coming, but I think Justin Herbert is not going to be a top 10 fantasy quarterback just because of the system he plays in. And I think people just take it for granted that Justin Herbert is still an elite quarterback.
Yeah. All right. Team 2 did take Dak to sack of CD. I would have had to gone Dak there if he fell to me.
All right. So you guys kind of sniped on quarterback, what, a couple rounds now?
Not really, because, I mean, I don't really have a stack with Dak. I would just be taking Dak because it's like such good value. So, yeah.
All right. You got Benson. I did have Benson queued up. I waited on running back. I had a couple of guys in my queue, but I think I'm fine now. I think I'm going to get the guy I want.
You say that, and then there goes Zamir White. And then there he goes.
Of course. That's what I get for assuming. Thank you, Angelina SD. All right. Well, I'll just get my receiver then. It's not always the way, right? Think a guy is going to fall in your lap and gets taken right in front of you. Okay. MM17 avoiding T. Higgins because of the whole situation there. Apparently, they haven't even talked to him in like a month.
But he said something where he expects to play for Cincinnati this year, even though he did ask for a trade. I think kind of like what we saw with Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard last year. Like he'll play for Cincy. He's basically playing for a contract again. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna play somewhere. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm not gonna avoid him. I talked about this, I don't remember, pretty recently, one of our videos. I think the worst case scenario is he goes to like New England, right? A team that really wants a receiver, needs a receiver, and also might have a rookie quarterback who might not be, one of the best rookie quarterbacks, right? A guy with some question marks, questionable offense. And even then, he's still the number one target there. And it's not going to be great for his numbers, but it's still not going to be, I don't think it's going to totally sink his value. And the best case scenario is probably that he winds up still being with Joe Burrow in Cincinnati.
Exactly.
I don't know if there's another team he goes to that's a better situation. I don't really see him at this point being the number one receiver on some other offense that's like a great offense. I mean, I don't even know what team that could trade for him. I guess Buffalo might be the best case scenario, right?
Yeah, but man, are the Bengals going to trade him to the Bills? That's the thing.
Probably not. All right. See, I'm glad I didn't pull the trigger on B-Rob last round because he actually fell to me here. So pretty good value there. Not the most exciting RB3, but at least he's my RB3, and I got him 7 picks after ADP. So that makes up for losing Zamir White.
Yeah, I still like Brian Robinson. I think he's fallen too much with the Eckler news. I feel like he's a value now. Like I feel like he's still going to be the lead back. Yeah, okay. Earlier in the offseason, before they signed Eckler, it looked like he could maybe be a 3-down back, catch passes. Oh my gosh, that guy went QB and just sniped me on Tua. Why are you taking Tua? That makes no sense. Anyways, so yeah, I still like Brian Robinson. I think he's a good value.
Yeah, I still think so. Where you're getting him, because again, you could say, well, he could have been 3 down. He probably was never gonna be a 3 down, do it all back. He's just not that level. And how many of those are there in the NFL? This is a small handful, and they're all gone after round 2. So, yeah, to get him after pick 100, I think is really good actually. Look, if Austin Eckler really is dust, like he's just not that guy anymore, maybe B-Rob does catch more passes than we think.
True. Oh, I can't believe that guy went Purdy Tua. Why?
And that's exactly what happens to me all the time when I don't go quarterback. In the first few rounds, I wait, and then I keep getting sniped on the guy that I waited for, and then I wind up with Matthew Stafford as my number one quarterback.
I mean, it's not even that I like Tua that much. I mean, he's fine. Okay, here's the worst part about that pick. Well, he does have Jalen Waddle, so I guess he has Waddle. He has Waddle and Amon-Ra, so I guess it makes sense. But so maybe he wanted to stack there. But I just wanted Tua because I have Tyreek. That's it. That's really the only reason.
And there goes Matthew Stafford, so you're not getting him either.
No. I'm probably going to have a 4 QB build, but that's okay because I'm only going to have a 2 tight end.
All right, here you go. Here's your chance.
Yeah, I probably need to get Cousins here.
Yeah. Not bad at all.
Although Herbert is still on the board. I don't really like Herbert, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in on Herbert. I wonder how long I can A, wait on a backup quarterback before I'm getting a guy I really don't want, or B, if I can just let Herbert go that far. I mean, I might have to take him. Look, I don't mind having Herbert as my backup quarterback. Yeah, that's part of the problem. So we don't know who the number one receiver is in the team. That's problematic.
I think the real thing is here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're going to be one of the run heaviest teams in the NFL.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay. I'm gonna wait. Gonna take a chance and wait on my backup quarterback. Take the screaming value, not really at running back. Take the running back for the Chargers. At least right now, the running back one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Dallas wants to know what order we have these guys. Okay, we talked about this if you checked out our top running back rankings, but what's the order for you right now?
For me, it's Brees, Bijan, Jameer, Kyron, but I could argue Bijan over Brees. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You're splitting hairs there. I barely have Bijan, then Brees, and then Jameer, then Kyron. But all pretty close. I mean, that's true. You should be happy with any of those guys. If any of them are your first running back, you're fine. And now the quarterbacks are starting to fly.
Yep. I'm probably going to have a 4 QB build. I mean, probably going to be looking at Derek Carr again, maybe Geno Smith for the stacks. For the stacks, baby.
Well, we talk a lot about QB, as far as different strategies, 2, 3, and of course, rookies being values. Do you feel right now that any of these rookie QBs are good values you want to take advantage of, like a Jaden Daniels or a guy before they fall to wherever they fall? Or are you just kind of avoiding rookie quarterbacks if possible?
I like Caleb Williams. Daniels and May for me, I'm on the fence. I think they'll be okay. I don't know if I'm going to love them in fantasy. We'll see. Daniels, I certainly think at least has some upside this year.
I'd say in best ball, Daniels is a guy I'll take a chance on because we know he'll run. We know he can throw the deep ball. He'll have chance for some big plays, big games. I don't feel that way about JJ McCarthy. Whether he's a good NFL quarterback or not isn't the question. Is he going to be a good fantasy quarterback? I'm not sold, and I'm not going to take a chance there. And then as far as, Bo Nix, the same thing. Not draftable really here. Drake May, I don't know. I think for him, landing spot really will matter a lot. So I'm not willing to take the plunge. And I say that because right now I'm going to pass on him. I'll wait and I'll take a boring veteran like Mayfield or Watson instead next round. Caleb Williams, yeah, I'm fine with him. Let's go for an upside running back. Yeah, I feel like I'm just going best available at this point. My build is pretty balanced. Got a quarterback, tight end, early-ish, 5 running backs, 5 receivers. You are actually almost the same. You got 1-5-4-1.
Yeah, there's a stretch there where, like, I think if I could take back a pick, not that I don't like James Conner. I debated going Kyler where I took James Conner, but I felt like it was a little early. But then I was also like, but will Kyler make it back to me? So maybe I could have gone Kyler instead of Connor, but it's all right. All right, let's go with another rookie here. Actually, I'm going to go. Actually, I think I could probably get him on the way back. I'm going to go with a couple of receivers here, I think.
Nice upside pick. I started to get a little bit buzzed, but still feels like a good value.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good time to take. We only have a couple more weeks here where we can get the values on the rookies, because then we're going to know where they're at, and they're going to be fairly valued either because they went way up or they went way down or they stayed the same. So try to get some rookies here while we can.
Exactly right. All right, we'll go ahead timeout. Cooks. That team just timed out, I think.
Well, they got the Dak CD Cook stack.
All right, there's that. What about this? Peyton wants to know thoughts on Monty this year.
He'll be fine. What? 8-ish touchdowns, 800-ish yards, probably, my guess. 800 to 1,000 yards, somewhere in there. 20 to 30 catches, maybe. He'll be okay. He'll be okay, I think.
I think that's about right. Just okay. I mean, it's fine as long as you don't expect amazing things from him. Got to think Gibbs gets a bigger role.
Not
definitely vastly bigger. He's not going to take over that backfield. Trust me, Monty will still get more touches than Gibbs owners want, but
well, yeah, because Gibbs owners want him to get none, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I don't love Darnell Mooney, but I got the stack with Cousins at least. So I probably will rarely draft Darnell Mooney, so take him here since I have Cousins.
But I feel that's a better and best ball pick that you can get away with because he will have some touchdowns, he'll have some decent games.
Certainly better in best ball, yes.
All right, not to jinx myself, but before this team goes, my next pick might surprise you.
Okay. All right.
Let's go. All right. Who's a quarterback, I just on principle don't love having on my team? Here he is.
Deshaun Watson?
Well, him too. He would have been my backup pick, actually, but here he is. Baker
Mayfield. Baker was okay last year. I mean, in this format, he's fine. Because, yeah. He's fine in this format because you don't have to worry about, starting him and getting a complete dud.
Right. He was okay, and now I will get the unexpected stack with him. I'm pretty sure I'll land the guy I want, but of course, I could be
wrong. Are we talking about a tight end, I assume?
We are definitely talking about a tight end.
I don't know who else we'd be talking about.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not out on Trey Palmer, but it's way too early for him. He's like a last-round pick.
I mean, Trey Palmer was fun when we thought there was a chance Mike Evans might not be a buck, but now it's like, what's really the path for Trey Palmer?
I know, exactly. And then feel like I have to take at least another rookie or two, right? This is the time.
Yeah, definitely need to try.
Actually, I don't even have a single rookie running back. That's just wrong.
Oh, never did I thought I'd be sniped on Geno Smith.
Geno. And there goes Watson.
This is going to be the ugliest quarterback room I've ever had.
You were definitely hoping Cousins doesn't bust.
For sure.
This team right here has 4 quarterbacks. That's part of the problem.
Yeah, it feels like in a lot of these drafts we get that. And I know Underdog did say for Best Ball Mania they're going to limit it to no more than 4 quarterbacks in a draft, which I think is good because you get these teams.
Yeah, that's part of it. And I don't know. Like, don't want to like call people out. I don't know if this was an auto drafting team or what, but you got Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes, and then back them up with Trevor Lawrence and Jaden. It's like, okay, it's not a winning team.
Probably not. Probably not.
All right, there's the book stack.
There you go. Baker Otten stack.
That's winning stuff, baby.
So I'm thinking I'm probably going to go 4-6-9 or no. 4-6-8-2 probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I can. I mean, I won't because I've got quarterback pretty early here. I just don't know if I can get myself to take 4 quarterbacks, even if as much as I might not love my first quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't get 4 quarterbacks, it's fine.
Go the Carr Juwan Johnson stack.
All right, I can't. I might regret this pick, but I can't pass on Kendra here.
No, that's a good pick. I mean, still a good value. I had him queued up next, so that's good.
I mean, the only reason I say I might regret it is because I don't know. There's a guy I really would like to take with my next pick, but I kind of need somebody else in my next pick.
I notice Will Levis still sitting out there. Is there a scenario you take him?
Yeah, if he's all that's left. Like, man. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I guess there's always that.
The problem is I'm not sure either of these guys will fall to me. Like if I can only take one of them here, and I doubt the other one will make it back. Well, there goes Levis, so. Let's see what this guy does.
All right. There's Fields. Man, Fields still for a backup quarterback still being drafted every underdog draft we do.
Yeah, I can't wait on quarterback anymore, even though I know that the tight end I really wanted there. Maybe I'll have to cue this guy up.
Someone who's still out there?
Yeah, we'll see if he makes it back to me, but I don't think so. I doubt it. We'll see.
You saw that Johnny Smith is already gone, right?
Yes. Yeah, no interest in Johnny Smith.
All right. Pass on him at your own risk. Okay. We done I don't think we have done too many bust videos. It's still early, but JSC asking big name players to avoid. I mean, we kind of did the players we're sick of drafting. That's more about draft position, but sort of. But big name players, anybody you're just outright avoiding?
I mean, if Stephon Diggs is going to be a late second rounder, I'm not drafting Stephon Diggs. Devontae Adams, for some reason, his ADP is still mid-second. I'm not drafting Devontae Adams. Those are the two that come to mind first.
Yeah, I still like Devontae Adams. I'm definitely not drafting Diggs. I'll say that. I'm not avoiding, but I'm still nervous about Kyron Williams. I know some agree. It just feels might be due for a letdown. So yes, that's a guy I'm just kind of not in on. I know neither of us are really crazy about DK Metcalf as early as he's going. I mean, he'll be fine. Like he'll be what he is. And I don't know. I think Calvin Ridley's being overdrafted. All right. Pretty happy you got the Cowboys RB1 this late.
I mean, now that's a guy who probably will get
Possibly.
sniped in the draft.
Possibly. Okay. The flip side here, instead of big name veterans to avoid, any non-big name rookies you like? Well, of course, there's always a couple, but of course, that's also going to change in 2 weeks. But who do you like right now?
Well, I didn't draft him in this one, but I've been drafting Ricky Pierce all over every time. I think he's a good receiver, good route runner, good on contested catches. He was just stuck in a horrible situation. I think he could be one of those guys that, you know, maybe doesn't get drafted super high, but is just productive in the NFL. So he's probably the one that jumps out the most to me as like the under the radar rookie.
Well, I'll say right now, there's 2 of the rookie receivers that are still available in this draft. I'm going to see which one I take. I'm probably going to take, I might be able to take both, depending on, I guess I can't assume they'll fall. Let's see. Running back is tough. There really aren't that many rookie running backs beyond the first couple that I really want to trust for fantasy right now. So
I will say I like
Will Lloyd would be the only one.
Will Shipley and Dylan. How do you pronounce Lob? Lobe?
Yep, I think Lob. Dylan Lob, sleeper.
Will Shipley and Dylan Lob would be on my like under the radar running backs. But here's the thing: if they go undrafted, or if they fall to like round 6 or 7, I'm out. I don't care. I don't care where they go, right? I don't care. Like last year when I was saying like Sean Tucker went undrafted for a reason, and people were like it was his heart. It was like no, it wasn't his heart. It was his game. Like if they fall to round 6, round 7 undrafted, they're no longer like a sleeper running back. They're like I'm out. I'm just out. I'm out. And there goes Hunter Henry, who I really debated there over Derek Carr as my tight end too.
Yeah. So Malachi Corley, guy I know you like too. I thought he might fall to me lower than ADP. He did not, but I got the other one I was talking about was Jermaine Burton. Going to be big on him. Big play receiver. I think he'll be very interesting for fantasy. So yeah, Jermaine Burton is kind of my favorite non-big name, I guess. Playing for a big school is not a big name. He's not expected to be drafted very early.
Yeah, I like Burton too. I like Corley a lot too. He's one of these guys that if he winds up in the right situation, could be really good.
Okay, we got a keeper question. Here's a good one from Nicholas Holmes. All right, who are you keeping between these Texans receivers? Nico for an 8th, Tank for a 9th, Zamir White for a 12th, or Richardson for a 12th?
Man.
Guessing not Zamir.
No, not Zamir. I mean, Zamir, where is he going anyway? Going like 10th round? I mean, you're barely getting a discount there. Richardson is tempting, but man, do I want? I mean, I think because it's keeper. So even if like I do worry that the offense, like there's too many mouths to feed in the Houston offense, I mean it's still a keeper league and they're still both very young. I might go with one of Nico or Tank. I think you're getting like a great discount on them. as much as I would like AR, it's like you can just get Kyler. I doubt anybody's keeping Kyler in your league. You can just get Kyler or somebody like that later. You know what I mean? So I might maybe just tank because he's around later. Maybe just tank with a 9. But it's between it's either oh man, I can't even get the Derek Carr, Juwan Johnson stack. It's either Dell or Nico for me.
Yeah, it's either one of those guys for me too. I mean, I guess it comes down to who you think's going to be the main receiver. I personally, I know that the discount, the 1 round discount, is tempting, and Tank being a little younger, but I still think Nico's going to be the number 1 guy there. So I'm going to go Nico, but if you want to take Tank, you like Tank better, I'm fine with that. But it's definitely one of those 2 guys.
Yeah.
All right, so you were officially sniped on your backup tight end, Juwan Johnson. Where do you pivot?
Which is fine because I really have the Carr Olave stack. So I might just pivot away from tight end here, honestly. Another late round guy I really like.
There you go. It's a good pick. All right, we're round 17. So you got your pick in after I get mine. Just 3 more picks. At this point, I think it's safe to say ADP pretty much goes out the window, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just basically queuing up guys I like here. I don't care what their ADP is. Ugh.
I got 2 rookie receivers. I think I'm good there. I'm going to take some upside veterans, aka lotto tickets.
Yeah, it's pretty much where we're at here. Lotto tickets. I totally forgot the Patriots signed KJ Osborne.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that. All right, I'll take that guy. Some of my other rookie running backs are gone. I'll just take a chance. I haven't really drafted a lot much.
Yeah, I like him. All right, I think I have enough guys queued up that I can at least fill out the rest of my roster here.
And this pretty rough. I mean, you're for the most part, you're a Wolverine fan. Calling McCarthy another Zach Wilson. That sounds like fighting words.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know what they mean. They're not really, to me, they're not really the same prospects. Like Zach Wilson had that like arm, I don't know. I get what you're saying though. I do wonder like how much, because again, it's Harbaugh. Like basically throw when you have to, right? Throw when we need to.
Yeah, it's funny that that's kind of one of the main arguments used in favor of McCarthy. Like, oh, he was held back. He could have done this XYZ, if he passed more. He wasn't allowed to. But like, how do we know for sure he would have been more effective if he threw it more? I don't know that I'm going to buy into all that, because I think he did well in the role he was given, but I don't think it means that he's necessarily due to explode when they, like, hey, go back and throw it 40 plus times a game. Okay, doesn't mean he'll be one of the leading passers. We'll see. All right. I don't know if y'all can see. Might be getting a black screen here. Chris is gonna try to get back on. You're just seeing me in black. Hello. Draft is still going. Yeah, the lights went out in Cali, I guess. So we'll try to get back on. I am on the clock. I'll just fill you in before we end it here. To take the most exciting pick of the draft, and that is Zach Ertz as my third tight end. So there you go. Chris still needs a second tight end. Let me see if I can share my screen with y'all. Hold up. Here we go. And let me get the draft board. There you go. All right. A little better. All right, we're just going to wrap this up. A couple more picks. All right, so FYI, this is an Underdog little board. We're just finishing up here, last two rounds, and we'll see how this goes. Best Ball Mania is just a couple weeks away, so we're basically just sharpening the sword, get ready for that. Take a look at these ADPs. Also keep in mind, where are these rookies going to go after the draft? It's going to be a lot higher. So nice way to take advantage of their low rankings now with all uncertainty for some of them. Some of them, you're going to want to crash and burning. My late rookie picks here might want to be worthless, and that's okay. You don't have to nail every pick in best ball. You just need to get the high upside ones. But also take a look at just where these guys move, how far, either direction. So it's good to take note. You're not overpaying for somebody who you could have got much cheaper a couple weeks ago, and then vice versa. Look who's going to be a good value because they fall maybe too much. So yeah, I totally agree with this, and I'm a Doll fan. I don't know why round 2, it's too much. Round 2, it's crazy. It's too far, right? What does it say? Too far. Round 2 is too far. You shouldn't need to take a guy like that who is not going to be a workhorse. I guarantee he will not be a workhorse. But round 2, I get it. Best ball, he could be that week winner, league winner type thing, but you shouldn't have to get him in round 2. But it is what it is. Chris took my Greg Dortch, but that's okay. I have another boring veteran lined up instead. All right, and he's on the clock here. By the way, he is still drafting. It's just the I guess the computer crashed, but I see Cade Stover. That's an interesting pick there. Cade Stover, rookie tight end. All right. Aaron Rodgers, has he been drafted yet? Let's see. Don't think so. Daniel Jones has been drafted for some reason. No, I don't think Aaron Rodgers has been drafted, which this is a little bit surprising, right? You'd think he'd get drafted at some point. All right, let's full screen it before my turn. I'm going to show you all that one, just that way it's a little easier. All right. And there we go. All right. A little bit of time left. I already got my third tight end. And boring backup wide receiver, another rookie. What direction should I go? Mingo, an interesting pick. Slayton, one of those guys that, could have a random big week or two, a couple of touchdowns here and there. Let's see. All right. This is the 19th round pick. It shouldn't make a big difference. There you go. Jalen Tolbert, my sneaky, boring veteran receiver. Look, he could step into a big role. They let Gallup go. He kind of flashed a little bit here and there, right, toward the end. So we'll see. Maybe he has a couple of good games here and there. Don't expect him to step into the number 2 receiver role. But yeah, look, the Cowboys really have not done much this offseason, which is I guess surprising because you expect it from the Cowboys, but at the same time, you have to remember they don't have any money. They have to pay these big contracts to their main players. Don't know if they'll even be able to keep all. They got CD and Dak and Parsons, need to get paid, and they were over the cap, so they had to make some moves. Couldn't afford a running back. They'll probably draft one. They can be able to draft a receiver too. I don't know. I don't think so. Tolbert might wind up getting more targets than people expect, but whatever. It's my 19th round pick, so not a big one. All right. Got almost one more round left. I looked at tonight. He's gotten a lot of hype too because of his workout numbers, his athleticism. Maybe this year's kind of sneaky young tight end. We'll see. I would have, if I didn't get an extremely boring veteran as my third tight end with Zach Ertz, who could be the number 1 guy in Washington. I think he's still got a little bit of life left if he's healthy. What's wrong with Johnny Wilson? Well, I don't know if anything's wrong with him. I think that he might just not be able to stand out in the pros. I don't know. I know I've seen some people. I think it was Steve Smith also. I don't know. Steve Smith breaks down all these rookies. He has pretty good takes. Yeah, he's not a fan, and I'm not saying I agree with everything he said, but I really think that Florida State passing offense specifically, not the rushing offense, not Benson, but the passing offense, the one up being a little overrated. These receivers, I'm not in on Keon Coleman and Wilson. I'm not. I don't think there's anything wrong with him per se, but yeah, I'm not buying into it. Angelo, do some mock drafts first. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with that. It's early. I get it. It's very early. Focus on baseball. Like to hear that. Which, by the way, we just jumped off a baseball live stream before this. So if y'all haven't, for some reason, sub to that channel, check out the live streams, the baseball videos, check that out. But yeah, it's hard to keep up with both at the same time. Not a lot going on with football right now, other than the draft coming up. Yeah, I know you were there, but anybody else who's on there, yeah, let's check it out. Okay. Forgot to take my extra tight end out of the queue, so I got Davis Allen. Oh, well, it happens. Not a big deal. Gardner Minshew just got drafted. Did I see that right? Gardner Minshew. This team has, okay, got 3 quarterbacks. Minshew's your 3rd quarterback. I guess that's not the worst pick. Theo Johnson, another rookie tight end getting taken. Have not heard too many great things about him leading up to the draft. So we'll see. I think he might get overdrafted. And then we got Bo Nix finally got taken. So has Aaron Rodgers really not been taken? So we got Minshew, Daniel Jones, Bo Nix got taken. Did he get taken much earlier? And I didn't. Oh, he did get taken. All right, I was gonna say he got taken too early. That's the problem. Aaron Rodgers was taken in round 11. That's the problem. I was gonna say there's no way we're seeing these guys get taken. All right, that's wrapping it up almost. Got 2 more picks here. Dulcich and Parham, some sneaky late tight end values. All right, so this was the little board, guys. As soon as Best Ball Mania is up, we'll be doing those every week, and that's not too far off. I think I like my team. The end of the draft wasn't ideal, but not a big problem. Justin Jefferson at the 8. I'm still going to do backflips for that. JT there, kind of mid round 2, and then got Pittman, got the Anthony Richardson stack. Andrews at tight end. Etienne is my number 2 running back. I like my running back depth. Don't love my receiver depth. That's the thing. AD Mitchell is kind of risky. Watson definitely risky. Sutton, we'll see. But look, these are all flyers with some upside. That's the name of the game. Chris went with a very nice start. I love his Hill Olave Neighbors with JSN start. Rashad White, Connor, and Javante, good value there, running back. And then McBride early, making sure I still don't get McBride in any drafts. And then to Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, Russell Wilson. So I know he doesn't love his quarterbacks, but look, you don't need a stud quarterback in a best ball. You just need guys who can have enough decent weeks to mix and match. So I think Cousins should be good enough. He'll be fine. Carr will get some boom weeks. Russell Wilson, I don't know about, but hey, not the worst. All right, one quick one. We got a super chat. Thank you, Anwar. Thoughts on players like QJ, Bigsby, and Deuce Vaughn? Deuce Vaughn is really not worth drafting because even whoever they take or don't take in an NFL draft, Deuce Vaughn is just a special teams guy. I just don't see him carving out a role as a running back. Bigsby is interesting. I know I was interested in him last year, didn't do much, but he still has some potential. Look, if Etienne goes down, Bigsby is going to have value. So Bigsby is worth a late pick. QJ, yeah, I'm not sold. I know he's super young. I know he's just a rookie, but this offense is going to be less pass friendly. So I'm out on QJ. I'm ignoring Deuce Vaughn, and I'm willing to take a shot on Bigsby if it's late. So that's the bottom line there. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll do this again next Sunday, and of course, we'll do another redraft mock on Wednesday, and you guys can draft with us. So check it out. If you haven't tried Underdog yet, of course, do it. Use that promo code Endgame. You get a deposit match still. And if you're into baseball, you get pick'ems for baseball too. All right. Thanks. We'll see you next time.